All right. Welcome to Shirley's Temple. Shout out to Caffeine. Make sure you click the star for notifications. I'm so excited to be sitting here with the one and only, the legend, street ball icon, professional ankle breaker, the professor. Give it up, give it up, give it up. I'm going to need y'all to all clap. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Hey, humble. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming.
Hey, I feel honored to be here. Like I said, every picture I see, you with the icon. So
But you guys, it's full circle because he's an icon too. Like really, I really do like your humility. Like, you know.
Thanks so much.
It's beautiful.
Aww.
But man, I don't even know where to start. Well, first of all, you're from Kaiser, Oregon. Well, wait, no, first. I have a gift. I'm sorry.
Oh,
this is a gift from Gasco.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, you know when you come on Shirley's Temple, you get gifts.
Got that gas.
Right? But yeah, I want, just from the beginning, like we were talking about how I was watching your No Jumper interview. Shout out to Adam.
Yeah, shout out to Adam for sure.
Was that on Halloween?
It was like a couple days before Halloween, but they had like their office Halloween day or something like that.
And you had just released the video of you dressed up as the Joker.
That was the irony, is that morning I had uploaded a video where I had went on a date with a girl, and then we went to a costume shop.
It wasn't basketball?
No, it was. It was. It started out, it's like a hybrid video. I try to do videos that are like half lifestyle, half basketball.
Okay,
so we had went on a date, and then we had went to like a costume shop, and we got costume because I was like, we're going to do a cosplay video because that's what my audience wants most.
Right.
So it just happened to be the Joker and Harley Quinn.
I love Harley Quinn.
Yeah, so I upload it, and then like 2 hours later, me and my homie Rob pull up to No Jumper, and he had the same outfit on. I was like, oh, it's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yo,
it's a sign. It's
right.
a good sign.
I was going to say, are you spiritual at all? Because, you know, I'm more and more believing, like, yo, the universe is really doing its thing. Like,
yeah, well, I'm Christian. I don't think there's such thing as coincidence. You
really?
know what I mean? No, I don't. I think, like,
wow,
something like that, maybe a lot of times like an affirmation that things are going the way they're, you know, that God will want you.
Right.
So, yeah.
Wow. I went to a private Christian high school my whole life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you go to?
No, actually, I went to public school, and then my senior year, my parents put me in a Christian private school, but it was they're not Christian, though. It was just for a better opportunity for basketball.
Oh,
I was trying to play college ball, and I wasn't getting no love from my coaches because I was, like, real small. I looked like I was 12 years old. So, but I was a beast, though, but, like, I lacked on the defensive end, so coaches were scared to give me an opportunity. Wow. So my parents put me in this, like, private Christian school.
Your senior year.
For an opportunity, yeah, and it was I wish I would have went to that high school, like, my whole run, but I was, you know, it's different coming from a big school. It was like 5,000 kids, and then there was only 300 kids in the entire school. My graduating class, like 50 kids.
Dang.
So going there, it was a big transition. I didn't like it, but then after the basketball season, after the school year, I was like, oh, man, I should win here. So my brother ended up going there his whole high school
tight. What?
So I know how that is, though. Small school.
Yeah, for sure. Dang, were you a superstar then? Did you kill it on the?
I did. I killed it my senior year.
Okay.
But yeah, up until then, I would do good, but I didn't get a chance. I got cut from the varsity team as a junior.
Wow.
And so that was like heartbreaking because my whole identity was basketball.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like all I did was play ball, and that's all people knew me for. It's like, oh, I was cool only because I played ball, but like other than that, I was kind of like a nerd because I didn't hang out with nobody. I didn't go to parties, no girlfriends.
Right.
No nothing. So that was my identity. You're just the basketball guy.
Dang,
you know
I just got a flashback of you dressed up as a nerd hooping.
Oh, you know what's funny about that? I tell people, I was like, this video was organic. I was like, I am nerd basketball.
Dang.
Like my story is so paralleling to nerd that it's awesome. And I actually started that trend online.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people don't know this. I started it. It was like a Vine video.
Right.
You know, back in Instagram had they had like 15-second videos. Vine had 6.
Yeah.
So I came out with a video, dropped a short one on Vine and one on IG. And then a kid, he actually made it. I can't remember YouTube's name, like DC Heat or something.
Okay.
He made a YouTube version, got like 60 million views. But he took that concept, and I was like, man, why didn't I bring this to YouTube? So a bunch of people did it, and I was kind of late on that trend, but I was like, screw it. I started this idea. I gotta do it.
Right.
So now I made like 4 of them.
Oh my gosh, that's wild. Man, but just going back to like just being from Oregon.
Yeah.
What was that like growing up? Yeah.
Growing up in Oregon, it's a great place to like raise kids, start a family. It's like the country, but like people don't think they're country. So I was raised in like a suburb neighborhood. Town was probably like 50,000 people or something like that.
Yeah.
I had a great upbringing. My parents were super supportive of my love for the game.
Right.
They, you know, always bought me Jordans. I had a trainer when I was in 4th grade.
What?
I'm going to all the camps, all the clinics. AAU.
Right.
I started playing AAU when like people didn't even know what AAU was.
Wow.
So I had a great upbringing in Oregon, but I like California. I like the weather, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sunshine. That rain was a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Now when I go back, it's always like sobering. It's like, dang. It's like,
right. Especially in the winter.
It'll rain every day. Yeah. So.
That's wild. Man, well, I guess, what were your hoop dreams? Like,
Oh, well, I always wanted to make the NBA.
Right.
You know, my dad.
Someone said that wasn't your hoop dream earlier. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, some people probably think I wanted to do what I did, but that wasn't even a genre. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
So starting out, I think every kid wants to do it at the biggest level. You know, or they'll say like, I want to play college. It's like college or NBA. So, for me, my dad put me on the game when I was 2 years old.
Wow.
I got pictures in the driveway like the basketball's big as me. I'm holding it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But his passion for the game wore off of me like right away. And then he got me with this trainer who I'm still friends with today.
Oh, wow.
In 4th grade.
Yeah.
And he was the one who kind of like planted the foundation. He taught me stuff with ball handling. He taught me like in and out crossover. And then I had the Iverson crossover.
Right.
I don't know if you know this, but Iverson's signature crossover,
Yeah.
like, that was like the move.
Right.
And so
that was one of my questions. How was it learning the Allen Iverson crossover?
Oh, that was everything. So I literally was probably tall as this microphone stand right here.
Right.
But I could cross grown men with that Iverson crossover. Right. And so, like, I had an identity as, like, this white kid with handles, like early on, like 4th, 5th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
How much practice goes behind, you know?
Well, there's no set amount. I think the more the better. So I
Right.
dedicated a whole childhood life to the practice of the game, to
Right.
work to mastering the craft.
Right.
So that can look a lot of different ways. But for me, like a lot of parents today, they come to me and say, like, how much should my kid be practicing per week or per day?
Oh, that's funny.
To get to where you're at. And I said, honestly, if you have to find ways to try to take him out of the game, but my parents would always be like, you know, you're playing too much basketball.
Yeah.
We need to figure out how to get you into other things or get you away from it.
Right.
Then I think you'll know, like, that's pro level dedication.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Despite the 1% that, you know, some people are just like 6'8" and naturally like super gifted.
Right,
Don't
right,
even
right.
love the game, but can
Right.
play big college ball, make the NBA. But most people, like, the smaller you are, the higher skill you're going to have.
Yeah, definitely. How does it go from learning the Allen Iverson crossover, someone you idolize, to then playing with him?
Oh, so dope.
Bro, I was like, you guys played in Asia?
So dope, yeah. And not only that, it blew my mind. He was like a big fan. He was like super supporter. So we basically, I remember I got the word that we were gonna be doing this tour in China, and they're like, oh, it might be like an NBA guest. So I was like, cool, you know, I've done that a lot, you know what I mean?
Right.
But they're like Iverson is pending that he might, you know, be the headliner and
Right.
you play with him. So I was like, oh wow. But like part of me was like, that ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because he had retired. You know, he still played a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, they just sent us a flyer. This is like when Instagram first came out. This is like 2012.
Right.
I just got like a year before, they sent us the Instagram little flyer that we need to post. And it was like me, Iverson, my homie, Bone Collector, and one other teammate.
Right. Oh,
And
wow.
it was like a full circle moment. You know
Right,
what I mean?
for
It tripped me
sure.
out. And so we went and played a tour in China.
Right.
It was 3 games. I was on his team every game. We kind of played. It was like an inner squad. Like some of the team was on your team, our guys. But it was really dope. And it was kind of like the dream collab. You know?
Right. What was like, I don't know, what were those conversations like?
When we first got there, I think we first saw Iverson. I don't know if it was like, I think it was on a van, like on the way to one of the promos.
Because you vlogged it, right? I think I watched that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and actually I was thirsty to get that footage too.
Yeah.
This was like before I really had my YouTube production together.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a team,
That's
you know what I mean?
funny.
Back in those days, I would just like try to get, if somebody recorded the game, I would either try to buy the footage from them out of the fee that I was getting for that game.
Right, yeah.
Or just ask if they would, give it for free. These dudes were cool enough to give it for free,
That's
but like
tight.
I had to like blow them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, listen, I need this before I leave
Right.
China. Don't have me in the U.S. trying to get you out of Dropbox.
Right.
So it's not gonna, that's over if you leave
Right.
the site. So
That's hilarious.
yeah, so they were cool. They brought over 3 hard drives. They filmed it crappy, but I didn't care. It was with
Right.
Iverson, so.
It's crazy because I was watching and like obviously I watched your your moves and all that, but then seeing your like assists too, crazy. And then I'm like, because I watched the video. I don't know who it was, but you threw it up and this dude dunked it. It was like crazy. I'm like, how do you measure that? Like, how do you know? Yeah. And how does he just end up exactly at the right moment picking it up? It blows my mind.
It's funny you say that. Well, you actually know the game. I'm sorry.
I used to play.
Like, okay, I was gonna say you talking about assists.
Whoever doubts me.
You talking about assists? I'm like, okay, yeah, the game. But you know, it's funny. I like that you said. For me, that's a little full circle too, because I remember watching AND1. Like, people don't know this. Before I got on AND1, people think I am AND1, right? But I actually was like a huge fan of AND1 before I got on there.
You watched Bone Collector, and then you're playing with him.
Yes, yeah. Now he's like my bro, but he actually wasn't on AND1. Oh, okay. In that day, street ball was like so popular, like literally rivaled the NBA in popularity at a certain point.
Right.
So Bone was like a Rucker Park legend in like the truest sense of the form of street ball.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one was like Rucker Global. It's like, let's take Rucker Park, the mega stream, and then let's go commercial, and it's a tour. You know?
Yeah.
So I was a huge fan of AND1 before I got on there, and sorry, what was it?
Oh wait, what was the question?
I forgot where we were at.
Huh?
The assist. Okay, look.
Yeah.
Okay, look. Thank you.
I'm dead.
So yes. Before I got on there, I remember I used to watch my teammates, and I was like, "How did they time that?
Bruh.
How did they time the oops? Like that's so crazy." But I realized is the talent level. Like even back in that day, because people tell me today, like you should revamp the AND1 tour, start your own tour.
Yo, that'd be wild.
Which we're looking into, but it's gonna have to be slated a little bit different, only because the talent level there compared to today was like next level. Like a lot of the guys, we would play with NBA players and it would just be like seamless. And the way we did the tour, we'd go anywhere in the world and we'd play a pro team and not only destroy them, but put on like an incredible show.
Yeah, for sure.
But back to the assist thing, it tripped me out. And what I come to learn is like growing up in Oregon, I didn't really throw a lot of alley-oops. That was kind of like something I had to learn when I started playing with like high flyers.
Right.
But it was just those guys were so talented, and we were so used to each other's style of play that by the time we do our moves and cross our do and drive the lane, guys are already looking to cut. So you kind of just got like nowhere to throw it. But it does look like a video game.
It does.
Like, oh, is that fake?
Because most of the time it happens, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just on camera, but.
I mean, yeah, like if you watch a real game, like a street ball game, obviously there's a lot of just like regular plays that go into that. But no, like AND1 was literally highlights on steroids. I was the first time I saw AND1 game in person, I was shocked at the efficiency rate.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like a lot of people see me play now and they're like, how you be cross the dude every play? Like, you know, going into it. But my bar was set high watching my big bros, my idols like Hot Sauce and AO and like you said, Bone Collector, all them. So
real quick.
Yeah, what's good?
This is a gift from Hemper. This is their Space Jam collab.
Oh, let's go.
Speaking of basketball.
Hey, shout out to them. I just did a Space Jam video.
Oh, what?
Oh, I love it.
Are you Bugs Bunny?
I'm Bugs Bunny.
Oh, okay, I was like.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Wait, is it out?
Yeah, no, so I did, I had like these custom costumes made. They're lit, like.
Oh, wow.
Well, funny enough, my YouTube channel actually blew up off cosplay basketball.
Yeah, Spider-Man was your first.
So we had like that, like I was doing that Iverson video, that was 2012. Like I started in 2009. I just did like AND1 highlights and then games I played in.
Right.
But then a homie of mine, he was into cosplay. And so he was like, he's like, have you ever tried to like go viral? Like, he's like, you're doing good numbers. Well, he's like, you're doing good numbers. You got a couple 50K, a couple 150K. I think my biggest one was like 500,000 at that time.
Oh, that's really good. Yo,
I mean,
I tell you the YouTube struggle.
I thought we were doing great. I had 17,000 subs. I was like, all right,
oh, wow.
we in there. And then, but he was like, he was into street ball. He was like a hybrid. I'm kind of like this too. He was like into cosplay and all that, but also into basketball. It's like two different audiences, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
today it's more so because like Comic-Con blew up and stuff like that. But it was buzzing hard online still, like Comic-Con and all that around this time. And then he was like, he's like, it's a dope like prank mixed with cosplay, mixed with basketball, mixed with humor, mixed with swag. He said you should dress up as a superhero and then go play people, but don't take off the mask, just keep it as is.
Yo.
So we did Spider-Man.
Right, the first one.
And that was his idea. And then since then, we've done a bunch of cosplay videos, but that's kind of how those come about.
How did it feel to have that Spider-Man go viral? Because I think it's one of the most watched web series, right?
It's the most watched web series all time.
That's history.
It's a blessing, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to my homie Rob. Shout out to Rob
I know,
Monroe. Rob Set Free Monroe. Oh, yeah, for sure. But that's the homie right there. That was a
Rob.
genius idea.
Sorry, I didn't even put that into...
No, it's not. No, it's different Rob.
Oh.
Different Rob.
Dang, I was about to get so excited.
Robs are both geniuses though. Like now.
Yeah, facts.
But anyway, yeah, he just was really versed on like all this digital stuff, ahead of the curve. Showed me how to use a DSLR.
Oh wow.
Showed me turned me on to cosplay. I didn't know anything about it.
Right.
I was like, yo, this is some nerdy stuff at that time. You know what I mean? But hopping into it. It was a funny enough. It was a prank. It's supposed to be like humor. To me, it was just funny. I was like, oh, people like they'll laugh a little bit more.
Right.
But then like we dropped it and people were like, oh, this is like sauce, bro. This is sweat. So it got taken completely different. Like I don't know. You know what I mean? But
I'm just wondering, they're okay with basically like getting humiliated whenever you play people?
No.
Oh, okay.
But some people are.
I'm like, because they know they're going to lose.
I mean, every day of my life, somebody says, like, bro, will you cross me over? And I'm like, well, we don't have a basketball or hoop. Like, what you want to do? You know what I mean? But
that's funny.
So they're like supporters. But no, a lot of people, I mean, try to go places where there's hoopers or go to hostile areas. We go to the hood. And then people be like, I'll bust your ass. I can always find somebody that thinks they can beat. Look. There's probably a high school somewhere a few blocks away from here. We could go literally go to high school. We could go to the high school team, and I guarantee you somebody on that thing would think they could beat me one-on-one, and they'll talk a bunch of trash and make for a good video.
That's facts. That's super facts.
Basketball is just like a very ego-driven, the most ego-driven sport by far.
When did you realize that?
More so when I started making videos. Like to be honest, I mean I knew early, like just being in the game, but like now that like the trash talk narrative of a video like spikes up the viewership, makes it way more interesting. So now that we look for it, like it's everywhere.
That's true.
Really resonates.
It's crazy because I think I watched one of your vlogs and this dude was like, he's 28 years old and he said he's been wanting to play you since age 12.
Oh, right.
I was like, that's a long time.
I know.
This is his moment.
I know. Yeah, so some people are like that. They're like, I can't wait to hoop against you. And then other people are like real abrasive and real, real competitive.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of hooping, I know you probably, some CBD, stay kind CBD.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have pets?
This is incredible. You got the stash.
Look. It's Christmas.
I'm going to go away. Yeah, it's Christmas, for real. Do I have any pets?
Yeah, because there's some pet CBD in there.
No, I don't have any pets, but my cousin has a cat who brings it around quite a bit, so maybe we'll holler at him for that. Thank you.
That, of course. Okay, wait, I had something to say. What were we talking about just before this?
People ego-driven basketball.
Okay, cool.
You know, cosplay.
Yeah. I lost it. It's
all good.
It's okay. Well, I was going to ask, I don't know how. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Ball is Life. Mm-hmm. They actually have their game on caffeine. Talk about full circle. Like, what are the chances that basketball game is on caffeine? My show's on caffeine. I have you on my show right now. Anyways.
I didn't know they were even on here. That's dope. And I love it too because I'm actually into rap battle. I watch rap battle, so I know it's on caffeine too.
Yeah. Drake had a little rap battle on here.
I know. I actually wanted to go that day. I was pissed.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah. I'm dead.
Yeah, so Ball is Life. There's a cool story with them. They're super dope. I love what they do.
Yeah,
you know, shout out to Ball is Life.
Can you describe them for those who may not know?
Ball is Life was kind of the first basketball media company online, but really started on YouTube. Right. And basically what they did is they went and covered high school basketball. Never really had been dove into like that, right? It's college had mass coverage, NBA obviously pro step mass coverage, even street ball, you know, through AND1 and all that had mass coverage. Right. So they kind of were like, they actually started out with filming street ball games. They started out, that's where I met them. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I was going to ask, like, your affiliation.
So today they're like the prime time of like highlight films for like everything basketball. You know, if you see like a LeBron James son video, like Bronny, like it's going to be on Ball's Life. Or any AAU kid that's coming up, they definitely have covered probably all their games. Oh, like they blew up the Ball family. You know, LaMelo Ball,
really?
LeVar Ball. They blew them up. Oh, for sure.
I'm not going to lie, I looked them up and I was like, oh, they got over 1 million.
They kill it.
Yeah.
Those kids are talented. But anyway, I met the owners of Ball's Life way back in 2009, and I was actually playing in a street ball game in Cali, and there was like nobody there. You know, after AND1 died down, street ball had no popularity. You know what I mean? I walk around, people didn't even recognize me. Like, whereas, so AND1 went from 03 to 08, and then it got bought out by a big company, owned a bunch of brands. And they stopped doing street ball because they didn't really like know what that brand was built. They didn't know the DNA of that brand.
They literally shut it down? That's wild.
Didn't re-up the ESPN deal, nothing. So we just went from like hero to zero.
Oh, wow.
And literally in like 1 or 2 years after the ESPN show was on almost every day.
Right.
And mind you, I had like hired security everywhere I went.
Right.
Now we go to, I'm not known nowhere. And so I remember playing in a game in like Corona, California.
Oh, wow.
And Ball is Life owners were there filming it. And then there was like 20 people in the crowd.
Oh, wow.
Something like that. Yeah.
Right.
And so I went to them afterwards like, hey, I started my YouTube channel. Would you mind? I got some of this footage. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're big fans. No problem. So like the dude sat there, put on his hard drive. And I remember at the time, he told me he was living in a house with like a whole bunch of roommates. But now they're like millionaires. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
Crush it. So.
Well, what year is this?
This was 2009.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Damn, that's like, I can't do math. 11 years ago?
Yeah, so 12 years ago. Yeah, so going back,
oh, shit.
They're beasts. And so to see them now, like I don't know how, like they kill it. Like I went to their offices in Orange County maybe a year ago. They had, I don't know how many, 30,000 square feet.
Right.
They got their own merch company that goes crazy.
Right.
They've got their own street ball sector. They cover pro. They still cover AAU. They probably got 6 YouTube channels that all like smash the game. So for them to come this far is like pretty dope.
Awesome.
And cool, really cool cats. Shout out to Matt and Eric, the owners of Ball's Life. Yeah.
For sure. Speaking of merch.
Yeah, it was good. You got Ball's Life merch?
Nah, we got a gift from Hardin if you're ever in Vegas.
Okay.
They would love to have you come by.
Okay, I appreciate that.
But I know
this is what you get to me last time too, right? Some Hardin
you're
stuff.
Right. We got the vlog.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, can we talk about that moment? You guys, I stole the ball from the professor.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't on camera. Yo.
And then we started filming.
Yeah, and then the disrespectful one is when you hit the ball in the head. That's disrespectful.
Well, I was nice. I rolled it off your head, right?
But still, I was like, wait, did this just happen?
Yeah, so that's off the heezy.
Right. Yeah, that's what it's called?
Off the heezy.
How many moves do you have?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, but there's like main staple moves. Like that's kind of a culture move, right? Like everybody know off the heezy. Some people are like, oh, that's the most disrespectful thing in the world. Other people are like, oh, it's lit. That's been a move. That's been around since the 90s if you really know basketball. You know what I mean?
Right.
Probably even before that. But there's probably like, I don't know, 25 to 50 like main staple moves that like have a name. You know, it's like between the legs, like nutmeg, off the heezy. There's a lot of them, but I don't know how many in full. Like I don't know because there's so many different combos and stuff. I think I did count one time. I tried to count.
How many did you have?
I got to 100. I don't even know. Like after that.
Oh my gosh! It just comes natural.
No, this is over the course of my whole career. You know, I've been playing since '03. You know, almost 20 years now. But then even when I was a kid, I studied the game. I studied my heroes. First was Michael Jordan. Then was Allen Iverson.
Damn.
Then was like my team guys who became my teammates later on AND1, but their move bags were like crazy. So like I still do moves from back then, you know what I mean? So it all just came like one at a time. But no, I had great idols that I mimicked and then great like coaches and mentors.
Yeah, wow. Are you mentoring anyone?
Oh, a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you definitely should be.
Oh, got to. Yeah, you know, people actually it's twofold, kind of like what we talk about. Some people who are like just trying to build their socials, I help them with just like social media. And then other people, other people, it's like young hoopers coming up in the game, and now it's a lot of like young influencers trying to figure out how to do this thing. So there's so many like strategies, secrets, and insights for it that I'd be doing a disservise if I wasn't mentoring like youngsters. So yeah.
How do you have time? Because you know the YouTube game is a lot. And you hoop.
I just get a little FaceTime whenever I can.
Okay.
It's hard, right?
Right. Yeah. That's hilarious. How did it feel reaching 1 billion views?
It tripped me out. You know what I mean? It was humbling, and I remember only like a year or two ago, I remember looking at it, and it was like 600 million, and I was like, I thought that was a trip, and I was like, man, 1 billion would be crazy to resume. I was like, someday, and then like a year and a half later.
Right.
Sometimes you'll have a viral wave though, you know what I mean? Like if you have 2 or 3 videos that do like over 15, 20 million in like a short amount of time, you sub wave and just go crazy. Like I didn't even tell you that first Spider-Man video I did 2013, I got to 1 million views in a week. Or sorry, 1 million subs in a week.
No.
Yeah, that video back then.
It took me a year to get 7,000. I hate this.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna
talk.
Get me out of here. All right, look. We're gonna talk.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So that video did 6 million in 1 week, and now YouTube got really good with the algorithm. It's a lot more friendly, right?
I know
I did a vid just a little while ago.
I think it's less friendly, but I think it's because my content has cannabis, so.
You know, there's some, no, it's not even that.
Oh,
there's some insider stuff that I won't say because
okay.
it might not be good for YouTube, but there's reasons for, so for example, I did a Bugs Bunny 1v1 cosplay video, and that did 19 million in like a month or something like that. But back in the day, if you got like 5 to 10 million in a week, that was like a true, you'll know it's true virality because certain videos sometimes are like spiked behind the scenes.
Right.
Or at least I have that feeling, you know what I mean?
For sure, the music industry.
Well, I'm saying by the platform, not even by the artist or the individual. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So because I mean, you know, if something's going crazy and they feel like it benefits them on the advertiser side, like why would they not? You know what I mean? But they're not gonna say that because then there's like favoritism out there or whatever. And that's just a hunch. I don't know that could be a fact.
That sounds very reasonable.
So, but they're just better at like getting videos around more. So like with 6 million views in a week, there was like Good Morning America, ESPN, CNN.
Damn.
NBC, everything. So that was crazy. But literally, with 1 million subs in 1 week. So like, you can have a viral wave if you go crazy, but it's gotta be like, you know, that's gonna be a very low percentage of people. I usually tell people come with like, you know, a steady method where you can like grow slowly over time, and that's most people's grind.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure. How did that feeling compare to when you were on ESPN, on reality television, becoming this AND1 star? How does that compare to those two?
This one was rewarding because like it's like my own shit. You know what I mean? Like
exactly,
sitting in the CEO seat, it's always gonna be more rewarding. Like when we were with AND1, to me that was a dream come true at that time. But I had never really thought of like being a businessman. You know, I just thought of like being a pro athlete, and then like I'm playing with my idols, so like it was already a movie. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
My dream was already achieved, and it actually made me a little bit. For a few years, I like wasn't working as hard, you know, get a little sidetracked, just a little unfocused because I already feel like the dream was there, you know? So going broke and then starting new and then steering my own ship and building my own like business and media empire was always like very rewarding and definitely like in a new space that I never had envisioned. So with AND1, it was like living the dream, and then this was like this is two different ways, you know?
Right, for sure. I think you made millions off AND1, right?
Yeah, and I blew it all.
I was gonna ask what you blew it on. That's why I was gonna.
Well, I was never like a big spender, and we didn't have like 7-figure contracts, but we had like multiple 6-figure, you know, multiple 100,000 6-figure contracts. So mine was like my bill spent way too high.
I know you lived in like a condo.
Yeah, big condo, West LA, which I actually didn't own the condo. I was like renting it.
Okay.
But that wasn't cheap. You know, I had to get like crazy bins, you know what I'm saying? I remember, but I had like stupid stuff. I had like 3 cell phones.
Oh, okay,
I had like 4 Wi-Fi bills.
Oh my god!
I felt like at the time, I felt like I needed. I was like, oh, you need a business phone, like a personal phone, like a female phone.
No, Dad!
It's just doing too much. And then with Wi-Fi, I remember like when it first came out, you could just have the chip that was like travel Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi wasn't like it was on phones now.
Right.
So you could have the little USB plug, I think that Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi at the crib. Oh, I had 2 places. I had the condo in LA and I had a house in Oregon.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh, wow, okay.
Every time I went to the mall, we going crazy, couple grand shopping spree. And I just felt like it was never going to end. Just being young, you know what I mean? No. My parents really like just kind of like let me like, they were managing my money the first couple years, but I didn't like it because all we talked about was business. So they kind of just like let me go and let me figure it out myself, which it was good. You know, I ended up learning a lot.
Exactly. That's crazy. Real quick, I wanted to gift you some Mountain Smoke CBDs. You said blue earlier, so I was like, but this is CBD, so you can actually smoke it.
Got you. This is heavy. You know what I'm saying? I got early Christmas. Thank you.
But yeah, so actually a huge part of the show is mental health. I mentioned this earlier. I just love how humble you are. Like literally, it's beautiful. You're such an amazing soul. But yeah, how has your mental health been throughout the years? You know, obviously the pandemic was a lot for a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot for me too. I mean, I feel like I'm in a really good space right now, but it's easy with social media to get like spread too thin and get stressed out, especially trying to regain your own ship. So I'm in a place now where I've gotten better at like team building and like staffing and you know, putting people in places to take weight off my shoulders. So I feel like my my weekly grind is a little bit lighter. You have a little more balance, but it's still a process for me, to be honest, because I'm trying to go to new levels. It requires more staffing. And so trying to wrap your head around that can be a little stressful at times, but I'm in a good space. But yeah, during the pandemic, I ain't gonna lie, like everything took a hit, every industry, even because people were like, oh, you still do, weren't even affected by the pandemic.
I was about to say, were you?
Well, we skipped, we still hooped. Like right, I'd never quarantined.
Yeah. What's your go-to? Where do you go hoop? Do you have a go-to?
Everywhere.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah.
No, I go wherever a video is gonna be dope. You know what I mean? I try to go to courts where there's like a lot of passerby traffic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I'm always at, like, people are like, oh, you only hoop at the beach. And I was like, well, we said we hoop everywhere if you watch all the videos. We could be in Africa. We could be in Venice Beach.
Right.
We could be in Argentina. But I usually, I plot out my videos, like, where I'm going to go, what's going to happen before, and then the basketball is always going to be real. But we want to go somewhere we can garner an audience. Right. I found my videos with no audience versus videos with audience.
For sure,
usually
I love audience.
A game changer because what you don't realize is it sounds simple, but humans are interested in watching other humans react to stuff. Like that's just
interesting, yeah.
Yeah, so if you got like a crowd full of people and you're doing your thing, it even cosigns that what you're doing is that much cooler because these people are like getting excited and all that. Whereas like you in an empty gym, it's like quiet and it just looks the same everywhere. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And it's better when people freak out after every movie.
Need that high energy, you know, which you don't always get, but, you know, you hope for.
Right, for sure. I'm going to read you a statistic.
Okay.
Among professional athletes, data shows that up to 35% of elite athletes suffer from a mental health crisis, which may manifest as stress, eating disorders, burnout, or depression and anxiety. Wow. For some athletes, being injured and getting taken out of their sport can trigger significant mental health issues.
Oh, I know about this.
Right, because your Achilles tendon?
Yeah.
Can you just talk about,
Yeah, so I could totally see how it is. I think for a lot of athletes, too, what's not said in there is that their identity is in their sport.
Right.
You know what I mean? So one thing I've tried to work on over the years is like, and it's hard while you're in it, but not to make your identity your sport.
Right.
And it's hard not to, right? Every time I see somebody, they don't even know my name. It's only professor, so everything is glued to crossovers and moves and YouTube. So most athletes, like just by default, that's gonna be your identity. So if you get an injury, not only are you like held up from doing what you do, but even your whole identity is like you feel like it's sunk.
For sure.
But no, for me when I had the Achilles injury,
how long were you out for?
I feel it was crazy because it happened right before the pandemic.
Oh, what?
Yeah, 2019 for me was Achilles.
Yeah.
2020 is the pandemic. So I stayed. I was at like 5 million stuff. I stayed there for like 2.5 years because we couldn't really get out of that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Dang.
Couldn't make bangers, but
that's wild.
Yeah. So they even said I remember they sent me on the paperwork. The doctor was like, you know, you have to be wary of depression and suicide.
Oh, wow.
You know, because people like contemplate suicide all the time, like with the injury that puts you down. Because you're in bed, the Achilles gonna put you down for about 3 months.
Right.
You're gonna be on crutches, and then that's gonna hurt your shoulders.
Right.
And you ain't even gonna want to be up, so you're just gonna be like off your feet for months. And then it sucked, you know what I mean? But I feel like God looked out for me because I had mad footage, like on layaway.
For sure.
So literally, I had footage go for like maybe 6-7 months, and then I finally ran out. But we had like bangers. I still had bangers, but. And when I uploaded the documentation process, I was already healed. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I didn't drop it, though, because I felt like if I didn't recover back to where I was, I might as well just leave it off the books. You know what I mean? Yeah, because if I came back 70, 80%, or even half as good, I don't want people to be like, oh, he ain't that because this injury happened now. So I was like, we might as well just leave that out. But it was a myth. Anything I heard from anybody saying you couldn't recover, you have to change your game and all that, it's not true. Sports therapy now is on a whole nother level. Like you can recover from almost anything. Like in the Achilles, you see like Kevin Durant, he's like one of the first NBA players who had that Achilles injury, and now he didn't miss a step. You know what I mean? He's still on point. I think 90+% of NBA players who had that Achilles injury, it drastically curved their career. Right. And mine's a little different than theirs because they have an 82-game season. They playing every other night. For me, I play like whenever we're filming. Right. So it's a lot less. But, yeah, it was tough. So I could totally see how an athlete could suffer from that. I think, you know, for me, mental health, you know, being Christian helps me a lot. Because my identity is more like in God, in Christ.
Totally.
So that's my outlet. But if if you don't have any idea for what it should be outside of basketball, which is probably most athletes,
for sure,
or their sport.
Yeah.
I can see how that'd be tough.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Because it took 2 years for me to recover.
Right. Damn.
Yeah.
What do you do for self-care? What do you like to do?
To relax.
Or self-care.
Self-care. I actually like medicate with self-care by like going for a run.
Oh, okay.
Like I live in Marina Del Rey, so like running along the water, very therapeutic for me. Letting business just go completely and going to hang with some friends.
Right. Totally. That's hard.
Yeah. It's funny because people always be like, what do you do outside of work? And I tell like, I'll work out. They're like, that's work.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, my work is like fun, so I don't even see it to be like work.
Right.
But I try to do things like outside of that. Get a massage.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Massages are everything.
Wind down, which also helps me stay limber for like basketball.
For sure.
I like the beach. I go to the beach and hang.
Okay. For sure, I love the beach.
A little reading. You know what I mean? Different things like that.
Yeah. Any good books you're reading?
At the moment, no, not at the moment.
No.
I read the Bible, so it's ongoing. You know?
Yeah. How many times have you read the Bible?
How many times?
Yeah, right.
Well, it's like infinite. You're supposed to read that for life. You know what I mean?
You?
Yeah. If you read it front to back, you don't be like, oh, God's word was cool. You know? Like, but
I'm done.
Yeah, for me, I'm not as much of a reader, to be honest. I have a hard time finding time to like read a whole book outside of reading the word. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, but front to back, I don't know if I ever read. I've read the entire thing, but I don't think like one sitting front to back. You like. It's broken down to books, so you focus in on like this chapter in this book for this day.
You know the tattoo I wanted, the verse Philippians 4:13.
Oh, really?
The one everyone, because I was,
it's like the go-to.
Yeah.
But it's all good though. You should. So what? It's dope though. I mean, there's a reason.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you have any tattoos?
I actually just have one tattoo.
Oh, what is it?
It's the AND1 logo. It's on my arm.
Damn.
Yeah, I actually got it in 2006. I broke my foot.
Oh, wow.
So I was super bored. And I think I did go through some depression at that time a little bit. This was like 15 years ago or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I got a tattoo, and then I'm like the only person to get one and stop. But I stopped because I feel like from a branding standpoint, it made me look older. You know what I mean? For me to look young especially back then, it was a better marketing play for me to look like more young.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, I'm nerd basketball. You know what I mean?
You're very
so the mashup from like big, huge athlete versus me it's like a David and Goliath thing. So if I was like all tatted up, I don't think it would have resonated the same.
Okay.
Or at least in that season. That's
right. What tattoo would you get?
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I always think about it and then I lose the thought and I forget. You know what I mean? But I contemplated like, I don't know, a few different things like some verses, some Japanese writing.
Right.
I never act on it. I don't know why. You know.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of AND1, what would you say is your favorite part of the AND1 tour?
The favorite part?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. What was my favorite part of the AND1 tour? Maybe all the traveling we did.
Okay.
A lot of people saw the ESPN show, which documented our summer tour during the summer. That was a U.S. tour.
Yeah.
But we actually would travel the world. The off time, AND1 was licensed out in like 40 countries.
Oh, wow.
So we would always like go to those markets. So getting to see the world, now I can say that was the coolest part. Back then, if you would ask me what was cool, it was like, it was like partying. It was like playing in NBA arenas was really like playing in Madison Square Garden was super cool.
Do you ever get nervous?
Meeting A-list, my favorite athletes, A-list celebrities, I would have said at that time. But I think zooming out now, looking at it, was like seeing all those cultures around the world, making friends with people in different countries. That was really cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel like, I don't know, AND1 is a lost art nowadays?
Well, AND1 was a company. I would say street ball is like, it's like a lost genre.
Right.
I don't know. It's interesting. Like, I think the way I look at it is it's just all basketball.
Right.
You know what I mean?
True.
So people will label me as like, oh, he's like street baller, like he plays this different style. But to me, it's all basketball. It's like how flashy do you play or not?
Right.
You know.
Right.
But the art of actual like street ball, like Rucker Park or like leagues and stuff like that is not as prominent today. They're at like a pro-am game. If you go to like Rucker in the summer, it's like just a few people in the stands. It feels like a summer pro league.
Right. I was gonna ask if you could describe the energy at Rucker Park.
You know, it's funny. I actually never played at Rucker Park.
Wait.
No. So Rucker. I played on a AND1, which is like the commercialization of street ball.
Okay.
Now, mind you, like all my teammates were Rucker legends, and like it was kind of formed from that. The original guys.
Right.
Then they incorporated basically the best players from every city. So you got like the dude who's the man for street ball in Philly. It was like AO.
Right.
The couple dudes from the South who were the man was like Hot Sauce and 50. Then you had like Sick With It was like the MVP of the Drew League on the West Coast, and then so they started to make this like U.S. team that was like the All-Stars. And for me, I just tried out on a reality show, and next thing you know, I found myself like winning a contract. So for me, like going to play at Rucker wasn't even in my scope, and then we actually weren't allowed to because it ran. The Rucker runs during the summer, right? New York's cold in the off months, so we were on our tour. But when we were in New York, I remember we were gonna go to the Rucker and play, and they said don't do it because we played Madison Square Garden the next night. Right. And so they felt like, hey, A, we don't want you to get injured. B, you playing for free. And like at that time in the streets, people, it was like serious competitives, and you know what I mean. Like now, things are so much more slated for like views and business. Right. Back then, it was just for the pride of the game. Like people wanted us to play at Rucker, so they feel like they could like bust our ass and then be able to tell people like, oh, them dudes ain't even all that. You know what I mean? So they didn't let us, but we would go to crash the courts at a time. So by the time we did crash the court in New York, we played at like Kingdom, which was like it was hotter than Rucker at that time. Okay. Yeah, so I played at all the courts for whatever reason though. Rucker, by the time we were doing it, kind of like died out a little bit.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, I have another gift. This is from Al Capone.
Oh, it was good.
Real quick.
Thank you.
Of course.
Oh, a little tea? Yeah. Look like tea.
We can pretend it's tea. We're going to pretend it's tea. Yeah.
You're going to be in trouble.
Nah, of course. I wanted to ask because I think I was researching and you actually came to LA. You wanted to act?
I did, yeah.
And you did an Adam Sandler movie?
Recently, yeah.
Oh, that was recently. Oh.
Yeah, the Adam Sandler movie. Yeah, so Will Ferrell, that was 2007.
Why didn't that come out?
No. Okay. So here's what happened. Yeah. You're accurate always with this like a little out of order. So I moved to LA. I actually came to LA 2006. I still had my place in Oregon. Right. But I had this script to be the lead role in this film. I had it since 2004. This dude was super cool. He really knew basketball, and he wanted me to like play this lead in this movie. And I'd never thought about acting. I was the kid that like I was too shy to give a speech. I'd shake like holding my notes, and I gave a speech in school. I would like my hands would be shaking. Crazy. So I definitely had never thought of doing anything like that. But at that time, I was like, cool, like let's try to expand, let's do it, you know. Right. So I took like 6 months of acting lessons. By the time 2006 rolled around, they had funding for the movie, so I came here and I shot it, and it was great. It had like A-list cast, but it never came out. That's wild. That's so wild to me. I'm like, how often does that happen? All the time, actually. Oh, okay. Not as much with like when you have like a huge cast like that, but it does. Distribution very hard to come by. Okay. Like I've been a part of projects with other A-list casts and never got distribution, or it took like 5 years to get distribution. That's wild. Yeah. So, but these are like indie movies, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we shot that movie and it never came out, and I think they wanted like the big box office release, and they had a whole bunch of offers for distribution. Those, you know, select theaters. Amazon wanted it to be the lead-off movie for Amazon Prime, the first one ever. Passed on that because digital seemed weird, you know what I mean? Oh, wow. And then I think, you know, you get like years past that, that producer, that writer, they've done other projects, and then it's just not a priority, you know? Like, I feel like the movie was like okay, but it wasn't like as much of a banger to where they're like, no, this is coming out no matter what. Right. You know what I mean? So it just got shelved and deprioritized, and then here we are. Who did you play? I played this character named like Sticky. Oh, okay. I was like a young kid who was in and out of like foster care. Oh, wow. And I think that was one problem with it, is that like it was more about foster care and only a little bit basketball, but everybody knows me for basketball. Right, exactly. I sat and I watched it with like some execs at William Morris back in the day, and they were like, man, this whole movie was like this basketball scene right here. we release this tomorrow. Damn. So I learned a lot, though. I learned a lot. And so now, like, full circle, I'm working on a couple films trying to, like, redeem from that. Yeah. But the semi-pro with Will Ferrell, I just went to an open casting. I literally went to open casting. I tried out, and I got picked to do that movie. And that came out, though. So that's came out 08 or 09, something like that. But it's semi-pro. People don't even know I'm in that movie. But I boxed out Will Ferrell for the game-winning free throw. Wait, that's awesome. Yeah, I had this wig though. My hair went down to my shoulders.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, so like when I show people, they're like, "Yo, I didn't."
Wait, why did they put a wig on you?
Well, because I was supposed to play like an NBA player from the 70s.
Oh.
I was on Andre 3000's team, the Spurs, in that movie.
Oh my god.
If you watch, people will see me on this one scene. He trades teams in the movie. He like leaves our team, the Spurs, and then he goes to Will Ferrell's team.
Oh my god.
As he walks away, like leaves our bench, there's like 3 of us on the team standing in the back, and we're like, "How you gonna leave?" You know what I'm saying? But if you watch that scene, you'll be like, "Oh, I do see him." So.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but that was just like I went to an open casting and like got the gig. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Thanks.
I love it. Oh wait, where's Q basketball? Should we?
Oh, let's go. What we got? Hoop gift? It's going down.
Oh!
Outtake number 1.
Wait, I literally was like... Did you grab it for me? Wait, how did I miss that?
That was like a think fast moment.
How did I miss that?
You were going for the toss. He was going for the chest pass.
Wait, we practiced.
Look, hold up. Shirley Temple.
Wait.
Let me get you together over here. This fell down.
I'm so dead.
I was
gonna thank you. I was gonna make this really sentimental and be like, what do you feel? It's not a gift. It's just what do you feel when you hold the basketball?
What do I feel right now?
Yeah, but that just ruined everything. But it's okay.
It's all good. No, look, we're still here.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, we're good.
Creativity. If I feel this, I get the feeling like, oh man, I'm about to go crazy right now. I feel bad for whoever's standing right here.
Right. I was like, we actually had a hoop. That would be amazing.
I know, but it's all good.
I was like, someone had it in the car. I was like, bring it.
We'll get you that B-roll, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, man. Well, real quick, I want to touch on the NFTs you did.
Sure,
Shout
please.
out to Robert in the building.
Yeah, shout out to Robert Lugo, the genius behind the...
Yo, you were crossing up Donald Trump, Kanye West. Who else
The Rock. Gary V.
Gary V.
Who else? Mark Cuban.
That's hilarious.
And that Mark Cuban seen it. It's Rob's homie is Mark Cuban, so he sent it to him. He said it was cool. We wanted us to give him one. It was cool.
But yeah, how was it making NFTs and the whole process? And should I be up on it because
you were there?
I was.
Shirley was at the shoot day.
I was, and I brought Slim, my dog, who's not here.
Yeah, no, it was great. You know, I was really thankful to Robert and Sam of Rising Star. Right. They kind of like put me on to the NFT crypto world in general. You know. But they also put me on to kind of like what the metaverse is going to turn into. Like Sam told me, we met a year ago. Homie Sam told me that we were going to wear glasses that's going to replace our phones, and then augmented reality is just going to kind of like be the thing ongoing. And I remember being like tripped out by that, and he was talking about how like everything that's in the augmented reality, which is like the metaverse, you know, everything's in there will be NFTs, and like there'll be like real estate in there and all this other stuff. It kind of like blew my mind. And then he showed me what was dope is like we were one of the first, was it the first ever or one of the first volumetric, first ever. This is why I wanted to do it. I don't care if it failed. I don't care what happened. It didn't, but it went good. But I didn't care. I signed up right away because being innovative and being the first ever volumetric capture NFT was dope. And what that is like you stand in the middle of like this green screen that's 360 and it's like hundreds of cameras on you as you do stuff, so that literally like you could take your phone or our glasses, we would be able to do this in a year or so, and like you'll be able to see that NFT. Like you could walk around me, you could put me on this table doing the move, and you could walk around it and see it in real time, almost be like I'll be in the room.
Wow.
So the fact that the technology was so cutting edge made me want to do it, but it went great, and we did it with crypto.com. That was the dope part.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? We were like, I was small to be on that big of an exchange, like right from the gates. So,
really?
So it was lit.
How are they doing?
What, the NFT?
Yeah.
Oh, it went crazy. It was great, and a dude actually won. He won 20,000 cash. We picked one random winner who bought the NFTs to win 20,000 cash and then fly here and hang with me. So he's actually coming here this weekend.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, what are you guys gonna do?
It's actually a surprise. I don't want to leak. I don't want to leak it for him, but he's gonna have a good time.
Yo, that's so dope.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that was fun.
I love that. Is there anything else you want to plug that you got going
on? Check me out, YouTube.
Right.
You know what I mean? Professor Live. Everything else, Instagram, TikTok, all that at The Professor. Shout out to Shirley.
Thank you.
Love
Wait, we're not done.
Okay.
Well, first, I wanted to give you this gift.
Let's go.
It's heavy.
What is this? I thought this was an Xbox. What is
I'm
it?
dead. Who else thought this was an Xbox?
It looked like when I glanced.
Fat Boy was on my show.
Oh, okay.
But this is a gift from Student Glass.
Okay.
You know, it's a gravity bomb, but it turns into a hookah.
Wow.
So, you know, if you have friends that like hookah.
This is a good pack.
Yeah,
like, look, now I'm on branded products and stuff. I'm into packaging. I'm
right.
like,
this is their
y'all did y'all thing with the packaging on this one. So.
This is their collab with Burner and Cookies.
Wow, legit.
So, yeah.
Legit.
You know,
Thank you so much.
Of course. So we're gonna end with this little Spitfire round called Shirley or Temple 10. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Favorite emoji.
Favorite emoji is the sunglasses smiley face.
I like that. Favorite snack.
Buffalo Blast Doritos.
Ooh.
They taste like wings. Nobody know that one. It's a sleeper. Yeah.
Damn. Favorite song at the moment.
Kanye, the jail with him and Jay-Z. I'm going to jail tonight. Yeah, I like that.
Top 3 basketball players of all time. I feel like you answered this earlier. How can I alter?
Oh, my favorite top 3, or who are the top 3?
You named your favorite, so let's do who are the top 3.
Top 3 all time. I feel like it's like always changing, but I think gosh, it's so hard, but I would say Michael Jordan,
for sure,
Kobe Bryant, LeBron James.
I was gonna ask if you're gonna put LeBron in there.
I don't think you can go wrong. You know, some people, I think like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar being in there is a good argument just based off his championships and MVPs, and he's still like, I think he's all-time leading scorer still.
Right.
So he's a good argument for the GOAT. Some people say he's better than Jordan, and like it's not a bad argument.
Right.
But I put those 3.
For sure.
It's so skilled. All 3 are so skilled. You know what I mean?
Right. But so are you.
Well, I don't belong on that list, but thank you.
Biggest fear.
Fear. Something heights related. Like I don't like heights. I don't like ocean swimming.
Wait, you live by Marina Del Rey? You live in the.
Well, it's the vibe. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like you gotta go for a run and just see the water, or eat at a restaurant by the water.
Right, but
we don't need to get in there. You know what I mean? We could do a yacht every now and again, but I need a Dramamine patch.
Wait, can you swim?
Yeah, I can swim. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a good swimmer, but
I feel you. The ocean's very big.
I like the ocean in like Miami. It was warmer.
Oh, okay.
Or like I went surfing in Bali, but
Yeah.
that was lit because there's no animals, there's no sharks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a fear. I don't like swimming with sharks or
Right.
whales.
Right.
Deep ocean, I don't do that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I went snorkeling once and I swear I almost died.
Yeah, see, I don't even want to snorkel with live animals.
So much water.
Oh yeah, it's a little tricky if you.
Like it
could
was
be
so
tricky.
bad, and it was funny because my brother, because I slept through the tutorial or whatever, he was like, "Bro,
Well, there you go. That's.
he's like, you did that to yourself," and I was like, "I'm literally miserable." All right, anyway, sorry.
I feel you. We'd be on the sidelines chilling, watching, like, yeah, y'all do y'all thing.
Right.
I'm gonna get a tan. Or try to.
Exactly. First thing you do when you wake up.
Ooh, go get coffee.
Oh, right. Came with the.
Now, yeah.
Right. That was 5 p.m. Dang, was that your second one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, I just started drinking coffee.
Oh, okay. You like it? I
love it. What happened is I took too much ibuprofen during
oh
my.
Oh my gosh.
This is a funny one. It actually. Okay, so I want to clarify this.
Yeah, wait.
On my Wikipedia page, it says I had a drug overdose, and I'm like, what? But I realized what it was during a podcast.
Oh my gosh.
I said that I overdosed on ibuprofen, which is true, but like it was because they gave me this big
the big pills.
High dosage because it was either that or the narco, but I can't do hard drugs. I get nauseous. I can't do no.
I feel you.
So I do everything off Tylenol or ibuprofen, any surgery.
How much did you take?
So no, the problem was I took the regular dosage, but I didn't eat. I had like some pretzels, but I was like, dang, I guess I got to eat a meal with that kind of dosage.
Yeah.
So I had to go to the ER.
Oh my gosh.
It was a mess. So I said that I OD, but I didn't like OD. I never did drugs in my life, like no hard drugs. So I wanted to put that on record. Right. But no. So it messed my stomach lining up. So I started drinking coffee.
Oh, that helps?
Well, it helped my bowels get in order. I'm good now, but like I like the vibe. So anyway, new coffee drinker.
Right. You should try cold brew because that shit is bomb. I heard.
That's what my cousin said. Anyway, that's all.
Yeah. Celebrity crush.
No, I don't have a celebrity crush.
Yes, you do.
I literally don't have no celebrity. Dang, who's my celebrity crush? Oh, growing up?
Yeah, or just in general.
Or growing up, like Pam Anderson or something like that. You know what I mean? Like back on some 90s vibes. I don't know. Halle Berry.
Right.
Yeah.
Who else had Halle Berry on my show? You guys remember? Maudie?
That was probably a lot of people's back in the day.
Who said Halle Berry?
Dang. I don't know. She's still pretty now.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Favorite sex position?
Oh man, no pass.
Dang, the one question I wanted you to answer.
Pass, you know what I mean?
All right, we'll keep it classy. All right. Come on, YouTube, you feel me?
It's a secret.
All right. Dream person to play one-on-one.
Ooh, I'd love to play one-on-one with Michael Jordan.
Ooh.
You know, Michael, Kobe, or LeBron would be lit to play one-on-one against, just to feel what it's like to play.
Right.
The best to ever do it, because those are some of the best defenders ever played too, right? Arguably, those are the 3 best defenders of all time too. Right. So I couldn't guard either one of them, but I would love to go against them and see what it's like to try to do what I do against them, because I believe I'm not gonna like get buckets like that, but I'm gonna shake somebody up for sure. I don't care who it is. That's how I feel.
The heezy? Is that what it's called?
They're gonna be pissed. They're gonna go straight to football with the off the heezy, but. No, I think I would get some moves off. That's not saying I could finish, because like Michael Jordan, even when he got crossed over by Allen Iverson, best crossover all time, he still recovered, almost blocked the shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that the way I pick apart the defender is different than any different NBA, different than anybody. So I think I'd get some moves off. Not that it would matter, but it would just be fun. I'd get my ass busted, but it would be like, cool.
That's the point, right? To have fun. That's with what you love to do.
It's the experience.
Right.
Well, we vlogging it too, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? We definitely go viral.
Imagine if the footage was corrupted.
Oh, lost. No. I'm getting eight cameramen. Like, I'm hiring these guys. These guys gotta come too. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious. Last question. First thing that comes to mind, the professor.
First thing that comes to mind?
Yeah.
The professor? With the name you're saying?
Just the professor.
Oh, I don't know, YouTube?
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
Wait, what are you saying? What are you saying?
Oh,
What's
just like first thing that comes to mind when you think of yourself.
Oh, when I think of myself?
Yeah.
Oh, it comes to mind? Dang. It's a
lot of pressure.
I think about brand expansion. When I think like the brand of professor, I'm always, because my day in, day out is like, how can we expand? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So that's what I think about.
I was going to say, when you picked up the name professor, because I know it was because you were schooling people on court, like, did you just step into that and you were just like, this is, like, empowered by it? Like, I feel like I would be like...
I was, but I actually didn't like the name at first.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, because I was like, how does that fit me? But I was young, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
that's crazy.
I got it my first AND1 game. I was actually going back and forth with, I think, Hot Sauce, actually, at the time.
Oh, wow.
And,
Wait,
but to me, it was a movie, because the crowd was so lit. Back in the AND1 era, I don't know if we'll ever see that kind of, like, excitement with basketball.
Right.
They were going berserk, so he came down across me. I touched earth, you know what I mean? Went down. But then I came back. The crowd, I didn't really shake them, but they more so like that I wasn't scared, you know what I'm saying? Coming back to it. So, and I scored a few times in that game, not necessarily on him, but then I remember I got that name during it. He's like, you know, and I was like, I told my brother, like, he called me professor? What did he say? Professor? What the hell does that mean? You know what I mean? But it just grew. You know, it grew on me, so.
For sure, I love it. Man, thank you so much for coming on Shirley.
Oh, yeah, thanks so much for having me, you know, super appreciate it. Also, you asked me what I want to shout out.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say shout out to Crypto.com for that recent NFT drop, and then stay tuned, another drop on the way.
Yeah.
Okay? Another NFT drop on the way, hopefully before the end of the year. And then check out my clothing brand also, Global Hooper.
I meant to touch on that.
GlobalHooper.com. You know
he got this fly reflective shit, y'all.
Going off. Oh, yeah.
I took a picture.
2099 collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NFT drop that we're doing is like a spin-off of that, so I'm excited.
Lit. I love it. Man, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love you.
Awesome. What's up, everybody? Professor here. We out here in Los Angeles. I'm chilling with Shirley on Shirley's Temple. Be sure to tune in. You better give that sub, too.
Hey, yo, facts. Subscribe to my YouTube, host.
Yes, sir.